You wake one morning and discover the world's bright colors now appear softly faded. The promotion that once sparked adrenaline feels weightless, and every notification tastes like cardboard. You sense no disappointment, only quiet completion, as if an inner voice whispered that every thrill already ran its course. You sip coffee in stillness and notice the simple aroma nourishes more than yesterday's roaring applause. During conversations you lean inward, yet a part of you stays watching from a sky-high balcony, observing how ambition once ruled your veins and realizing it lacks voltage today. This gentle detachment signals your soul closing a lengthy chapter, encouraging you to enjoy existence while releasing its grip. Your heart stretches wider than familiar circles, embracing strangers who cross intersections, pets wandering sidewalks, trees shading avenues. Someone shouts rudely, yet compassion surfaces instantly, showing you their unmet pain before anger can bloom. Revenge evaporates because understanding arises first, melting the distance that once kept you defensive. Moments later you notice street litter and feel a pinch of grief inside your chest, because the planet's ache now registers like your own pulse. Forgiveness becomes as natural as breathing, not because you excuse cruelty, but because resentment resembles a rusty cage you refuse to inhabit anymore. Old grievances collapse under the weight of their own pettiness, freeing attention for service and creativity. When opinions collide around you, you hear echoes of each speaker's inner weather rather than personal attacks, and your empathy absorbs those forecasts without surrendering serenity. A lighthouse awakens behind your forehead, issuing signals that override second-guessing. You walk into a room and feel currents swirling before anyone opens their mouth, then choose seating based on that subtle guidance, trusting the body's tingles more than conversation. Answers appear while dishes soak or clouds drift, fully formed insights rising without research or debate. Ignoring those instructions now creates immediate discomfort, as if your system refuses to tolerate self-betrayal. Small talk loses flavor because you perceive deeper layers beneath each sentence. You prefer listening to speaking, sensing stories beneath words, steering attention toward unspoken harmonies. While friends chase external signs, you notice guidance arriving even before questions arise, like a train already waiting at the platform long before passengers gather. Conflict once felt stimulating, a stage where ego proved intelligence, yet that drama now drains your batteries. You observe arguments spark, weigh the cost, and step out before flames spread, choosing silence or departure rather than feeding chaos that steals peace. People increasingly invite you to mediate storms. Your presence alone slows tempers, because energy tuned to harmony softens sharp edges without effortful persuasion. You no longer measure progress by trophies. You measure it by calm evenings and undisturbed sleep. A steady certainty whispers that everything unfolded correctly, including missteps, heartbreaks, and unforeseen detours. Plans still exist yet feel lighter, ready to change shape without threatening identity. Anxiety for future outcomes dissolves since life already feels entire. Each moment now serves as graceful bonus. Death itself transforms from looming specter to dignified doorway gently ajar at hallway's end. You watch leaves decay in autumn and feel gratitude rather than dread, because finality underscores the perfume of each breath, sharpening presence with delicate urgency. The body may flinch at possible pain, yet consciousness remains unafraid of whatever follows the last exhale. Coincidences stack like dominoes tipping in perfect rhythm, displaying hidden architecture beneath ordinary reality. You think about an old friend moments before their message pings across the screen, or ponder a decision then overhear two strangers speaking precise guidance near the checkout line. Déjà vu stretches longer, carrying emotional weight, confirming alignment with a blueprint drafted long ago. Time begins to feel porous, past and future weaving threads across the present tapestry you now inhabit. Ego's volume knob turns downward until its voice resembles distant radio static. Achievements lose intensity because identity expands beyond individual storyline, recognizing shared consciousness in every gaze. Competition fades when cooperation promises richer symphonies. Judgment recedes when understanding illuminates hidden fears. You still employ ego as tool to draw boundaries or sculpt art, yet it never seizes the throne again. A baseline tranquility settles beneath daily weather, persisting through traffic jams and unresolved emails alike. Challenges still arrive, finances fluctuate, friendships evolve, yet fear rarely hijacks your breathing. You meet uncertainty with open palms, certain that every twist conceals instruction tailored for growth. Gratitude becomes default lens. Sunlight on tiles, laughter in hallways, even tears sparkling with meaning. Material objects release their magnetic hold without dramatic renunciation. You may still enjoy comfortable spaces, yet craving evaporates. Your worth no longer syncs with accumulation. Luxury feels pleasant yet optional. Status symbols appear playful rather than essential. And genuine experiences eclipse possessions with effortless dominance. Friends may misinterpret your shift as apathy, unaware you exchanged external trophies for internal freedom. Daily presence and conscious gratitude form the practice that stabilizes these states, and a simple 21-day schedule of quantum thinking refines that frequency with precision. You record 3 sincere thank yous at dawn, breathe through midday turbulence, and rest inside mindful silence before sleep. Participants report their nervous systems rewiring toward coherence, their intuition clarifying, their relationships smoothing. The invitation awaits in the first pinned comment whenever you feel readiness to strengthen your bridge between thought and heart. Past life echoes often surface next, sliding into dreams with cinematic clarity, showing landscapes unvisited yet familiar, languages unstudied yet fluent on your tongue, revealing that threads of earlier journeys now converge for final weaving. You smell ancient markets when passing bakeries, recognize companions you just met, or unlock dormant talents as naturally as recalling childhood bicycles. These memories do not trap you. They dissolve confusion, illustrating how lessons compounded across centuries. You understand recurring fears came from unresolved chapters, and inherent gifts originated in previous mastery, both reaching this lifetime for closure and celebration. A bittersweet remembrance of home emerges, not the address where you grew up, but a vaster dwelling beyond space, sensed through waves of comfort during quiet walks. Longing moves through you like wind through chimes, soothing rather than aching, reminding you that departure will feel like return, not disappearance. All these whispers converge into a single directive: live wide, love deep, walk free. Speak your truth gently yet clearly, even when silence seems safer. Share skills generously, yet hold no attachment to recognition. Let sunsets mark endings without regret. Let dawns announce beginnings without haste. Carry kindness as passport, because realms visible and unseen decode vibration faster than language. Your soul traveled immense terrain to arrive here, gathering courage, forging compassion, sharpening intuition. If today you recognize these signs blooming inside your daily rhythm, honor the recognition without arrogance. Spiritual maturity never seeks superiority, it seeks fuller service, cleaner mirrors, brighter songs. Celebrate progress while humbly continuing practice, knowing awakening has depth beyond apparent completion. When external noise rises, return attention to breath circling through ribs. Name 3 new elements deserving gratitude, and watch agitation dissolve like mist under noon's sun. Guide conversations toward understanding, release grudges before sleep, and let intuition schedule next steps. This lifestyle keeps your frequency high enough for synchronicity, low enough for human warmth, stable enough for transformative presence wherever you happen to stand. Each sign described earlier blossoms in its own timing, never forced, never measured against checklists. Trust your inner cadence, heed the lighthouse beam, and remember that even last incarnations carry unknown pages. Your journey remains alive until the final heartbeat, so pour sincerity into remaining paragraphs of this earthly script. When parting finally arrives, you will step across the threshold light-footed, carrying peace as soul luggage, ready to greet old companions and new landscapes with the same radiant curiosity filling your eyes right now.